Welcome to
Garden Valley Chit Chat about the 2008 election.
This week has been really exciting. On the 16th, we had our second debate.
Yep. Our topics were the Iraq War, gay marriage, global warming, and business welfare. And this was also different from the first debate just because we allowed rebuttals, we allowed questions from the audience, we had a time limit of 2 minutes, so it was just a completely different debate from the first one. I think this was more successful. I think everyone enjoyed it more just because it wasn't like, okay, you answer, then you answer, then you answer. It was like just a collaboration of rebuttals, you could hear what people think, the audience could ask questions, so it was really interactive, I think.
We definitely... Caitlin and Michelle, they really went at it. It was like, well, why would you do this? Like that makes no sense. Then but Caitlin would come out with facts and be like, well, da-da-da-da-da. And you're just like, oh, all right, good.
I think Caitlin really impressed me with this debate. She's been continuing to impress me, but this debate especially just because she came with her facts. She knew that she had to prepare. Her party did a great job preparing her, just like last time, but she came back with facts to back up everything that she talked about. There wasn't one thing that she didn't back up. I think that it was really, really successful for her. I think it was a really good job.
Me and Chelsea would talk and be like, well, about some, like, Justin or Michelle's stance, and be like, well, that doesn't make sense. And Caitlin would come in, like, legit, like, she was hearing us and was like, well, da-da-da-da, like, the same things that we just said, like, about gay marriage, that, like, well, like, what's the difference between adoption with gay couples than it is in fraternal couples, and Caitlin just went out and, like, had facts and had opinions, and she really, like, was prepared, and legit, from, like, the beginning to now, it's, like, I don't know who I'm going to vote for now.
Yeah.
I
had one person on my mind from the beginning, but now it's starting to change. I mean, Caitlin has really proven herself, and I, like, congratulate her because I think that's awesome. So, yeah.
Yep. We're going to go through all four stances and
talk about what we thought and who we thought won for each stance.
Iraq War was definitely really different stances. Kind of like we all kind of want them out slowly, but like the way each candidate wants to come about it was completely different. And in my opinion, I think definitely Michelle won. She wants to make sure that there's a stable government in Iraq, that like there's no threat of terrorism, and they really have that strong foundation when we leave, that they're ready and they're fine when we go. So
I actually thought I was more on Caitlin's side with this because I liked how she didn't want to impose like the U.S.'s beliefs and opinions on Iraq. She wanted to create a stable government, but she didn't want to impose on them, and I agree completely with her. So, I mean, both of them did a really good job. Justin had the same views as Michelle, so they were basically, I think, pretty similar. Caitlin was the one that kind of veered off and had different opinions, yeah.
I like that. Justin kept bringing up, like, well, why would we want to make them American? And people from the crowd also were like, what's going to make them, like, why would they want to be like the United States? And Caitlin was, like, made sure that everyone knew, no, I'm not trying to make them, like, the United States, like, little brother. I just want them to find their own, like, country, have their own, like, be Iraq, not be United States, point two.
Yeah.
And it was really cool that she got that down. And
yeah. She did a good job.
She did.
Yeah, that was good.
So on the gay marriage, in my opinion, I thought Caitlin definitely won.
I agree with Caitlin. With Elena, Caitlin for me won this one as well. I just think she had facts to point out every one of her opinions on this, and I just think that she felt very strongly about this and just was a parent. I mean, Justin and Michelle both felt strongly about it too, but I don't know, I think Caitlin just took this one and ran with it, and I think she did a really good job with this. She believes in gay rights and for gay marriage. I mean, this is a good thing for her to believe in gay rights and gay marriages because that'll give her an up for votes, I guess, if other people agree with her. So, I mean, it could work in her favor or not if people don't agree with her. So, I mean, it could go either way.
Caitlin's views definitely parallel with mine, and I believe that they have the right, they should do this. And Michelle's were a little different than mine, but she did bring up good facts. She brought up good points that was like, oh, well, I didn't think about it that way, but thinking with my views and how I approach gay marriage, I definitely think Caitlin won this one for me.
I think the main difference between Caitlin and Michelle was just that Michelle wanted gay rights, but she wasn't for gay marriage, and Caitlin was for gay rights and for gay marriage. So that was the main difference. And with Justin, he said that government should have no role in it, and
it was more about like how you feel with your religion, if it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the government decides. It should be like your morals and how you feel about it.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, on to global warming, in my opinion, I definitely think it was a tie. And I actually, one of the questions that were asked were actually one of mine. It was, what do you think is the next alternative fuel after oil? And I wasn't really a big fan of the nuclear power plants that Caitlin thought, but she definitely worked more on how to reduce and different tips and stuff, like unplug all this, make sure this isn't, use these kind of light bulbs.
Taught us, like, that if you're not using your charger, you should unplug it. Like, I never knew that wasted things. So, I mean, she was really factual in that sense, and she did give us certain suggestions. I also agree that I think it's a tie between Michelle and Caitlin. They both just came prepared with this topic, and they both had different views, but they both acknowledged the fact that global warming is happening now, and I mean that we should do something. So I think they both did a great job. Justin also said that he wanted to find different ways to go about global warming to protect it. Like, he thought about windmill power, and certain things like that. So they all agree that there needs to be something done with global warming. So, I mean, all three of them had good points on that. So it was a good topic.